What's up, guys? Welcome everybody in. Yeah, tonight I'm just gonna. So look, I'm going to the fun show soon, and so I'm running out of packages right now. So since I can't do like this big show and sell to 100 different people tonight, we're just gonna do a Q&A. So you guys can ask me questions about coins, anything, or business or whatever, right? And we'll just do a Q&A. You can ask questions, and I'll just sell coins, but I can't sell too many coins because I only got like 20 packages left. So that's what we're doing tonight. Because I couldn't leave you guys hanging. I'm not just gonna not stream. What's up, Said? Yeah, yeah, and I want to talk with everybody here. So yeah, just let me know your questions, whatever you got. I don't have a lot of ancients to run. I don't have a lot of ancients to show. But like ancient's gonna be my weak point for sure. Like I'm not gonna know how to answer your questions. Yeah, if people want to ask us ancient questions, we can do that. Yeah, if you guys have questions about ancient coins, I just won't have any display. Like I won't be able to show you what I'm talking about. Most likely. Okay, okay. Have you ever heard of a Roman coin with a comet on it? Yes. It's just a common Roman imperial, I think, dark matter. I definitely have some of those. Uh those the type we keep in our just Roman bronze bag. Yeah. I've had them before dark matter and sold them for $8 to $10 a piece. Yeah. So okay, I'll keep that in mind, dark matter. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. You guys aren't gonna know what to talk about until we start showing coins, I guess, right? Oh, that's right, dark matter. Yeah. I always forget you're Jeff. Man, I'm gonna be moving back down to Harrisonburg soon, you know that? So I don't just guess grades usually. I don't do enough ancients to send them to grading AG, and I actually just sell them raw. Okay, so I'm gonna answer both of these questions. Okay, so how do you guesstimate the grades on your coins? So I guess once you get good at grading US coins, it is like easier to apply to world coins. So it depends on the coin because some coins are struck harder than others, and so they wear easier. So something like this is going to have a lot more wear than something like this because it was originally struck with less strength to the strike, I guess. Okay, so you got to. It depends on the coin, but and also maybe the size of the coin. But really, all there is to it is judging the amount of details that have been worn off. So if you know the like if you've seen a coin in mint state and you've seen it like I guess look at the PCGS photo guides to help you with the US part. There's also some resources. It's like if you look at a Morgan dollar, I actually don't know if I have one because you guys bought them all. Um, but there's 7 high points on a Morgan dollar, and so those are all what wear first. So you look at those high points to see what wear there is. And each grade, you look for different things. So in mint state, you look for like uh, like hairlines. If like there's hairlines in the fields, um, but only a little bit. You can have a high grade mint state coin that doesn't have hairlines. I don't know. Like this is a very complicated question, but I guess the short answer is you just measure the amount of wear on the coin, like to compared to what what it would originally look like. So I guess something like this would be, okay. So with U.S. coins, usually if there's a full rim, then it's good. If it's not a full rim, then it's less than good condition. So this one we see some wear on the legend there, and so this is not a good condition coin. This is going to be AG or lower. This one is completely wiped on the reverse, but this particular coin was weakly struck. And so a coin like this would probably go in a fair two kind of grade, probably. And the difference between fair two and AG, it doesn't really matter. We know it's less than good, higher than poor, and so the value is going to be right there. Um, and so that's I guess what I do. The Dominican Republic coin, this one, it's got full rims, so it's definitely good or better. Okay, and so this one. We've still got some Libertad. I mean, it's not a real great coin. I mean, this one, I guess the best way to explain it, um, the first circulation point on a coin's usually like right here, like that, because that's the high point of the coin. And so, if people are touching it and transacting with it, that's the first place it goes. And so you can measure the wear here, um, the easiest. Okay, and so a coin like this is probably in that VG to fine range. And there's not a big jump on this coin from VG to fine, so we know it's better than good. It's not VF, nowhere near VF. We're talking. I would probably put it at VG, and VG details at that because this got a scratch. But the details, it doesn't really matter when you're talking about this coin in VG because it's $10 coin. You know, it's not a big difference. Now, if it was hold, it would be worth melt, but that's another story. As for the ancients question, somebody asked, do I slab ancients? I don't slab ancients because as a dealer, I find that I can get the same price out of an ancient coin, whether it's slabbed or raw. And there's some people who prefer slabs and some people who prefer raw, but there's not enough more people collecting slabs to justify sending my coin off for 6 months to get it graded. And they're not paying enough more money for me to hold on to that. So that's why I'd rather sell it raw quickly than sell it for the same price, slabbed, pay money later, if that makes sense. So I never send ancients to get graded. Yeah, Trian, we've got a whole bunch of these things. I've got a whole bunch of them. If you need some more, I've got more Nibu King. Um, whole bunch of them down there. Yep. When you're done with how to grade, what point is slabbing worth it? Okay, Dark Matter. So here's a great question. I actually have a bag of stuff that I'm gonna slap. Okay. So personally, I'll show you here. Personally, I only grade coins if it's gonna be worth tying up the money for so long. So I bought a collection of maybe 10 to 20 French Indochina aluminum coins from the 1940s. And I paid $0 for this stuff, okay? I bought it in a group. I paid $0 for all of it. This stuff, I could probably retail it for $5 a piece raw, and they're uncirculated French Indochina coins. But if you look on eBay, in an NGC slab, they go for like $50 in 6.5. And so if I get a couple of 6.5s, whatever, that's fine. But I figure I can, at least get $30 out of it. If I pay $23 a piece and send a whole bunch of coins or whatever, it's worth doing because, it's $0 to $5. I don't think it would sell very quickly raw. So I think it would sell a lot quicker slabbed for this particular coin. And that's just me. Um, my perspective on selling those. Um, Another thing I've got in here is stuff that's really crazy nice condition. So I've got this one's a Hungarian 5 forint. This one's like really nice proof like ish. It's probably just gonna get a regular 6.5 grade in my opinion, but I think 6.5 is like $200. This coin I paid 35, 40 bucks probably. So, I usually sell them for 50, but this one's a really nice coin. I could price it at 75 or 100, but in this case, it's worth sending off for 6 months to get 200 bucks out of it. Actually, nobody likes paying full retail, so I'll probably end up slabbing it and selling it for 150 or something. But either way, it's creating money over time. And so that's the goal of my sending stuff to NGC. And so I got a whole bag of stuff here, stuff that I don't have a lot of money tied up into it relatively. And so, and I'm going to, get a good score off of it. So here's a Japanese 50 sen. That's an 1871. I paid, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks, whatever it was. And I think it's going to be a $200 coin in AU. So, I mean, stuff like that, it makes sense to send off. Now, as a collector, your perspective is going to be different because, well, personally, as me as a collector, and I saw someone asking about these Nibu King. Um, Personally, as a collector, I'm, I like slabbed coins. I only really like slabbed coins in my collection, just because I like that. And I like world slabbed coins that are in high grade. Now, I like raw stuff that's here's the Japanese gold. 90 bucks on this one if someone needs it. Nibu King from Japan. We can run this one up here too. We'll run it for 90 bucks. Melt is $81 on this one. We're gonna do it for 90. Not yet, Yasha. At least not right now. I want to keep talking about this stuff. Yeah, sure thing, Patrick. But what was I saying? It was the okay. Um, with something common like a Morgan or Peace would you slab? Dark matter, I would only do that if oh yeah, so hold on. Okay, so I was talking about personal. If you personally like coins, you can do it if you want. Um but so for Morgan and Peace, it only makes sense if there's going to be a big value change dark matter, unless you're collecting it also. So if you're collecting it, you can slab it. Maybe it's worth that extra money because you like it in the slab. But as a dealer, I'm only going to slab a Morgan or Peace dollar if um, if I think that it's got a chance of getting a higher grade. Morgan or Peace dollars, it doesn't really matter. Um, sending it off, it's a quicker turnaround than U.S. coins. It's a lot quicker. So I don't sit on my money. That's not a factor. Um, but if you're gonna slab it and maybe make 50 or 100 bucks, it's probably worth it with a US coin. Okay, what else do we have? See the 8 reals under the slab. Yes, you can. 1893 Durango, cap and raise 8 reals, 90% silver. $75 on this one. Cap and raise 8 reals from Mexico, guys. 1893 Durango, 90% silver. Yeah, that's what we got right there. This one right here, it's a Hercules, 5 francs from France, 50 francs. Down from that one. This one right here, or the bird one? The Venezuela or the Italy? Brownish. This one. The copper. This one. Hawaii quarter. Yeah. Yeah, that's a 1883 Kingdom of Hawaii silver quarter. And we've got this one at $125. 125. It's got some cool colors on there. Hawaii silver quarter 1883. 125 on that one. Pretty blues. Yeah. Okay. What's another question, guys? Any question you have anything to do with coins? How to grade them, when to do what? How do I tell this? How do I tell that? Of course, Jordan. Um you are you looking for the dragon or the sun, Jordan? The dragon or the sun 50 cent? Like this kind or the sun one? I've got both, but I've got to go find the sevens. Okay, let me go get those. I got those over here. All right. Okay. Arcatino, I don't remember any of the coins. To be honest, I sell so many coins. Okay, so I've got the sun ones. I don't have a lot of English tonight, Matthew. To be honest, I had some cartwheel pennies last night, but they sold. Um, how'd you get started at such a young age? Okay, so I'll answer that question. Here's a 50 sen from Japan. $16 on this one. This one is Taisho Year 2. So it's a 1913 50 sen from Japan. 80% silver, Japanese 50 sen with the sun. So we've got this one here. I got plenty of them if you need some. Okay, yeah. So let me know what you want to do with those. We can take a look at them. Most undervalued. Okay. All right, hold on. So let me do these in order. Okay. So I got started during COVID. I started watching YouTube videos on coins, and then ended up. I'll do the short story. There's a coin shop in my college town. So when I went to college, I started going to the coin shop, and I spent a lot of time in there talking to people. I ended up getting a job there, which helped me like know where to buy and sell coins. And after a year and a half working there, I ended up starting my own thing, selling on my own. Um, and then what is the most undervalued coin series in my opinion? I think that without a doubt, in the next 20 to 30 years, African coins are going to go way up. Now, I think that it's not worth buying them now to hold for 20 years. Obviously, it's a very long-term investment, but I think that African coins are dirt cheap right now compared to what they're going to be worth in 20 years. I think there's going to be a lot of popularity. If you look at the demographics of Nigeria in particular, and other places, Africa, I think is where I'm leaning. For the short term market, I see Japanese going up, to be honest. I think that I'm influencing the Japanese market, and I see other people copying me. And so I think that Japanese is something to look for too. And then let's see what else we've got. What's one coin you regretted selling from this year? I never regret selling coins. I buy them to sell them, and I don't have any emotional attachment to them, except for the ones in my personal collection, which are never for sale. However, if I were to pick a coin that I loved from this year, it would have been the Burmese Peacock Rupee in 6.2. Could you share your strategies for buying coins as a collector at larger shows? Pijo, I used to buy to resell when I went. So one time I went to the Baltimore show back when I was only selling on eBay, and I was doing $7,000 in sales in 3 months. So that's not a lot, right? I was just starting. And I would look for world coins that were lower end that I could get cheaper. So I would look for like French 5 francs that were ugly but didn't have any damage, and I'd get them for $25 or something like that. So from a seller perspective, that's what I used to do. But you said as a collector, so I guess as a collector, look for the things that you don't see on eBay. If you can find it on eBay, then try and find it cheaper. Because you're at the coin show to get better prices, you can do it in cash, and the people who have those coins are there. So take advantage of that. And you can also grab people's information and transact later. You can think about it, whatever you want to do. So that would be my advice. But also, At coin shows, a lot of prices can be really high because people want to pay for their tables and their time and everything like that. So be smart with your buying. Always check comps. What's a good amount to save up to buy in bulk to get started selling? Um, Personally, I had 10 grand in my collection when I started selling. I had kind of spent all my money on coins, and that's kind of why I needed to spend or to sell. And but now that I'm looking back, I could do it with $1. If I started with $1, I would go to the local coin shop and I'd look at their Indian head penny bucket and their V nickel bucket, and I would pick out Indian head pennies and V nickels, and I would sell them for $2 and $3, and I would start making money that way. Um, if you're gonna do wholesale requires um, capital coming in frequently. So you can't. I wouldn't advise you to buy $5,000 of coins if it's gonna take you 6 months to sell them. Okay, buy $200 of coins that you're gonna sell in a week. I try to sell my coins in a week. Sometimes I buy stuff for stock because now I have enough money to stock coins. And yeah, I mean, I spend like 40 grand a week. So I can afford to have coins on my table every single day. But as someone who's starting, there is no secret price to start. But you need to, you can start with any amount, but you need to spend lightly on your amount, whatever it is. Okay. Is it a bad practice to give coins an acetone bath before putting it in a flip? No, it's not a bad practice. Acetone does not do anything bad to a coin. You can leave your coin in acetone overnight. What will happen is the acetone will dry up and the coin will be left in fine condition. Nothing will happen, except what you'll notice is that if there was any PVC or any gunk on the coin, you might find that it's loosened up, in which case you should use a toothpick because wood is a softer material than silver or copper or whatever. It's not going to scratch the coin. You can never put hairlines on your coin with a toothpick. Maybe if you scrape really hard, but don't do that. Just lightly comb the surface with a toothpick, and the PVC will come off. Or your fingernail if you've got fingernails like mine. Where do you get African coins? Well, dark matter, I've got African coins, but they are hard to find. Especially African colonial, so Portuguese Guinea, stuff like that. French Somaliland. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Peter, I found a great resource for identifying the different Japanese Nibuken. Cool. Sharp. Yeah, so anyone can check that out if you want to share that. Okay. Afghan coins. 3 for 35. For which one, Jordan? What are you talking about? That one was sick. I am not going to New York. Because I'm going to the fun show. That'd be a busy month. And I'm also moving and getting a coin shop. A lot of stuff going on in January. All about spending all my money on coins. Got that part down. Where would you primarily sell? Nags, I think that Whatnot is a special opportunity for selling because I get to interact with you guys live here. And honestly, I don't know what about it, but the atmosphere which Whatnot creates makes sales happen. And so, where on eBay, a really good store might sell 40 or 50 packages in a night. And I can do that every night on Whatnot and every day on Whatnot. And I can do it doubly. And it doesn't, like, I can be live all day and sell coins. And my time inherently gets coins sold. Um, Watch count is really useful for eBay comps. Okay. Still have any old German thalers? Yes, I do, Tatum. Mostly Denmark thalers, but I do have some German. 50 cent at my LCS that MS65 for 60. Mix. It really depends. It depends on if it actually is that high of grade. Um, if it's truly, it's one of these mids. Is it one of these? Is it one of this type, the 50 cent dragon? So if it's actually a 6.5, then it's a good buy. And if it's an AU, it's a good buy at $60. If you want to slab it, I believe MS61 is $200. But beware, 6.5. Okay, so coins look really nice. This type of coin, it was struck very hard, so it wears less. It's probably not a 6.5. It's probably a 6.3 or 6.2, but it should be a good buy at 60 if there's no cleaning and no damage, and it's actually that great. What about wheats or Indian head cents? What are you asking more specifically, Keelboat, about wheats or Indians? Um, I like them. I think there's money to be made there, but I don't do them anymore because I do bigger dollar items. They're lower margin coins usually, but I do love Indians, and if I had to start over again, that's where I'd start. Yeah, practice with cheap coins first. Absolutely. Okay. Thoughts on doing eBay Live in the future? I have not explored eBay Live, but I have dealt with eBay for years now, and I've sold over 10,000 coins on eBay through my work at the coin shop that I used to work at and through my own network. And I don't like working with eBay. I've had things go missing that they don't cover. I had something that had tracking show that it well, just eBay has all sorts of things. If the tracking shows up to someone's house and person claims that the coin wasn't in there, it's automatically the seller out of their pocket. If it gets lost in the shipping, it's out of the seller's pocket. On Whatnot, none of that's out of the seller's pockets, out of Whatnot's pocket. And so I've gotten burned a bunch. eBay keeps charging extra fees for whatever, this and that. I don't like any of it. I don't want to deal with eBay. I'll eventually hire somebody to do eBay for me. Maybe they'll say that eBay Live is a good thing, but it'll be a secondary thing. It will never be above Whatnot, in my opinion. Yeah, if I got started again, Keelboat, yeah, Indian Head cents, I would go, Keelboat, I would go with Indian Head pennies, V nickels, and Buffalo nickels. And I would not go with wheat cents for one particular reason. Wheat cents are where collectors get started. What was everyone's first coin that they collected? Over half of you are going to say, "Oh, well, I started with wheat cents," and you start with wheat cents. Um, and well, so the people who are selling wheat cents are looking for people who are beginner collectors, and likely those people may get into collecting, but I look for more advanced collectors. But sometimes I sell to people with a beginner collector background, but at least we're selling advanced material. This is not stuff that you see at your normal coin shop. Wheat pennies are at every coin shop in the United States. It sets you apart. Everyone comes in here and they see all of this different stuff, some of which they've never seen. If I had a desk full of wheat pennies, we would not have 54 people in here. Do you think BU silver, or gold are worth grading? Which one are you asking? Look, are you asking about the Japanese gold and silver? I don't think that most of the stuff that I'm selling is worth grading because it's average circ. Okay, these are circulated coins; they're not mint state. However, if one slipped through and it was mint state, yes, it would be worth grading. They go up in value in mint state. Have you watched any eBay lives? I have late night. I like Whatnot better, but it seems like they're copying Whatnot, to be honest. But yeah. Yes, I did, Aaron. I loved working at the coin shop, and when I go back to Harrisonburg, I'll be buying from them regularly again. I know dark matter, yep. And that's the other thing. Uh eBay is a eBay does returns. Whatnot, if you do a return through Whatnot, I never hear about it. Whatnot takes the return, they cover it, and then they actually take the coin and I think they sell it on another like a Whatnot resell stream. The Eagle coin here, it's an Italian 5 lire Mussolini era Italy. Silver 5 lire. This one we have at $15, and Mussolini was the prime minister of Italy in 1927 when this coin was made. Italian silver 5 lire Mussolini coin. Silver Geek, what are you asking about bulk world coins? That you're looking to buy those tonight? Um, State quarters, I would not recommend selling. Good luck, real money. Ancients and Buffalo Nickels, yeah, and you could do that. Japanese, yeah, Luxo, okay, yep. I'm probably pretty far up the chat. You guys can hear where I'm at. Can still get wheat cents out of the bank rolls. Exactly, Blackhand. There's just not a lot of margin on wheat cents because some of them are truly worth 3, 5 cents, and so it's hard to get a dollar out of it. Is there any resource for learning about world coins broadly? Peter does coins. Dark matter. Attending Peter does coin streams, but I would recommend Numista. Numista.com is really good. Love a job, but would be worried about the pay cut. For coin dealing, you would be worried about not making enough for coin dealing. It is a risk, but luckily it's all about consistency. Mussolini was not a nice guy. Nope. Oh, okay, 70 Joe. That's cool. Yeah, we can show the Bolivar. Here's a 1911 5 Bolivar, 90% silver from Venezuela. $30 on this one. It's a 1911 Venezuela Bolivar, 5 Bolivars, 90% silver, dollar-sized coin. Yeah, that's what we've got there. All right. When is John gonna make your intro theme? I'm not sure, Rumble, but that is on the table. I would love that. Fair enough, Dark Matter. Okay, and we're caught up. Okay, no working at a coin shop, but just starting up shows to see how it goes. Love for it to work out. Yeah. I think that working at a coin shop, you're still in that 9 to 5, right? But if you're a coin dealer, you get to work on your own hours. You get to sell when you want. I haven't made a dollar tonight, but I don't need to. And I'm out of packages, but like I'm good. And I guess that's because I can work unlimited hours. 30 pesos for 75. Um, okay. Daryl, I don't know if I have enough of the. Well, let's see what we got. Yeah, we've got good ones. I'll pick out 30 good ones. Yep. Well, and so that's the thing, Aaron. I was working while I was starting selling. So I had a job, right? I was not relying on my coin business. It wasn't even a coin business. I thought it was going to be a side hustle. I fully expected not to do, like, I didn't even consider doing cold coins full time until it started picking up. Yeah, you want to wait until you're getting reoccurring revenue consistently before you even think about quitting your job. Okay. Um, okay, here we go, Daryl. Have you seen the market stray from certain world coins to other? For yes, absolutely. Um, in Bolivia, but now I'm seeing more Guatemala, Italy. So, yes, the world coin market's just like the US market. Coins go up and down, and both markets are just like, well, they go up and down like stocks. And so, um, and so, sorry. Um, yeah, coins are always changing in value. If I sell you a coin a year later, I might pay you more or less for that same coin. Chinese coins were super popular 2 years ago. I remember selling coins that now that we sold for fair prices back then that now are worth half of what they were sold for. Real money. I Treasure Town and I have a great relationship, and we will be doing stuff in the future, but probably not so much as a merge. I love working for myself. Daryl, here's 90 of the or 30 of those pesos for $75. Here's you get 30 coins, Daryl. Mexico pesos. Um, I don't believe that you can. Actually, 70 Joe, I'm not sure. To be completely honest, I don't remember if you can or not. Maybe, maybe you can. The new pesos. Yeah, but what about the new pesos, Yasha? I think I'm not sure. Okay. 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 Um, Sorry if I missed the answer to this already, but where did you start off doing most of your sales? I started selling on eBay. Okay, that's where I started, and I when I was selling on eBay, I thought it was going to be a good side hustle, right? So I was going to be selling on eBay and have an actual job. Um, but then I ended up starting Whatnot, and that's when I realized, okay, this is going to be my actual job because I started selling a lot more, a lot faster. What's the best way to do coins as a side hustle and keep it that way? Say if you had a modest weekly income goal, is it Whatnot? Dark matter, I would recommend Whatnot to everybody because as Whatnot grows, which I think Whatnot will become a lot larger than it is right now, and it's already good enough to sustain what I'm about to say. You could, anyone, I could tell any one of you that you could join Whatnot. Not all 56 of you are going to go through with it. So you can be the one person who actually listens to me and does it. And the market will sustain you because you will always get people in your chat. And if you stay on for long enough and show coins again and again and again, eventually you'll sell them. You have to run them. You actually have to run them. A lot of people make that mistake. People say, I've seen a lot of news sellers, they say, okay, let me know if you want this one. Let me know what you guys are looking for. Tell me what you guys want. Um, Anyone want this one? Let me know. We can run it. That's a big mistake. You say, okay, guys, here's a Venezuela 5 Bolivars. We're running this for $30. Get them that button right in front of them, and maybe they'll swipe. Maybe they won't. Maybe you have to run it again later, but at least you've got that number. You've got everything in front of them, and you're talking about it. That's what you want to do. And you can sell to 2 or 3 people, and it's still worth it, right? I've usually got 50 people in the room. 6 or 7 of them are buyers. That number doesn't matter, but it does matter a little bit. It people like to see that number, and it makes it a more friendly auction environment. But still, Adrian, those are 2 things that I'm going to explore in the future, but currently it does not. Um, it's not something that we're doing. Um, Joe, what would you like me to explain? Do you recommend Whatnot over eBay? Yes. I have bills and coins I'd like to sell. Very new to selling and selling platforms. Well, Nags, if you do if you choose to do eBay or Whatnot, what that means is that you become the seller. And so you've got to do all of the listing, you do all of the shipping, You do the customer service. If someone wants to send it back, then you have to deal with that. If you sell it to a coin store, you don't have to deal with any of that. And that's what you're paying for when you take less for your coins. And you're also paying for their expertise. But if you do that, you can make more money, but you're trading your time for money. And if you want to put your time in, you can make more money off it. Canada tokens. I don't have a lot of Canada tokens tonight. I think we've actually almost sold out. I've got this one. It's the Prince Edward Island 1857 Prince Edward Island copper. We've got this one at $20. Prince Edward's Island copper. It's the speed plow. $20 on this one. Success to the fishery. 1857 Prince Edward Island. But that's the only Canadian token I've got tonight. You still have those Japanese notes? Yeah, I sure do, Sharp. Yes, sir. Crust, what's up? I do have the domain for my website. I own peterdoescoins.com, but there's nothing there. If you look it up, it'll say, oops, sorry, nothing here. But that will be something in the future. The British coin on top of the 5 francs. Are you talking about this one, Trey? This one here? The hammered? This one here, Trey? Oh, this one. Oh, this is a Prussian silver. This is 1/3 of a thaler from Prussia, German states silver. And so this one, it's half dollar size silver from 1770s, $15 on this one. 1770s Prussian silver. Um, yeah, probably not tonight, Yasha. Probably not. I understand, Yasha. Yeah, I want to talk about more of the stuff that I know more about. What's the best place to buy bulk foreign silver coins, older stuff? Well, Crust Bucket. Right. I wish I had the answer to that. Right. If I could buy this stuff in bulk, 1800s everything, and 1700s, that would be great. But honestly, Crust Bucket, the reality is that this stuff comes out of people's collections. Someone dies or it's grandpa's old collection, and then they bring it to the coin store and they don't know what it's worth. Then the coin store buys it, and it's in the coin store. And there's tons of coin stores all over the country, Crust Bucket, all over the world. And so all these coins, they're in those coin stores, and you just have to find them. So that really is the answer. This one was $15. Yeah, it's definitely low grade. 1770s, 1/3 of a thaler. German state silver. We had this at $15. Half dollar size silver. I would do it for 13. Um, I'm not sure, 70 Joe, to be honest. I don't remember. But you could look it up online, whatever date you've got. If you've got a 1984, just Google 1984 peso demonetized, and it'll say right there yes or no. Thank you, Trey. Number 2. Um, NC, those were for $75. $75 for 30 of the 10% silver pesos, the Morelos ones, 1957 to 1967. What I do, Kaplan's, is yeah, I don't like buying from people. I like buying from dealers. And so I've got like 30 coin dealers that I can text them or they can text me when they get something cool, and they tell me, "Hey Peter, what's this? I got this, or do you need any of this?" And I'll say, "Yeah, I'll buy it all." And then they come back and they want to sell it to me again because I'm easy to deal with. I just buy everything. Or I don't, but those aren't my wholesalers if I don't buy everything because it's real easy to get the prices right with me. I pay strong for some stuff. Oh, okay, NC Digger. Wondering what coins were used in the pre-Louisiana Purchase, Missouri. Well, Killboat. Um, People always like to say, and this has some truth. That Spanish reals, Spanish 8 reals, these were the first American silver dollars. These are Spanish coins, and this one was minted in Mexico, but this was legal tender to use in the colonies during, in 1802 or whatever it was. And so yeah, Spanish reals, British crowns, French francs. That's the type of stuff that they were using. There were early U.S. coins, but there weren't very many of them to go around, and so it really could have been anything at the time. Keelboat. They were just taking silver. They didn't care what the design on the coin was. At coin shows, you will find bigger coin dealers. Remember, they're traveling and buying from people around the country, maybe even the world. That's right. Yep. I am not going to NYC. I'm going to the Fun Show in Florida, and then I think I'm going to be pretty beat. The New York shows the next week, and I'll actually be moving the next week, so probably no, I'm not going. Prices are all over the place when you look at catalog versus eBay. I think that is one thing that holds back most world collectors versus US. Okay, that's fair. So, Crust Bucket, the World Coin books tend to be either extremely low or extremely high compared to the actual market. I tend to look at eBay sold listings because the book might tell you one thing, but somebody actually paid that amount for the one coin on eBay, right? And so maybe they paid a little high, but if you see maybe 5 or 6 coins that sold in the last 6 months and they're all going within, a $50 price range, then you can forget about that $12 book value. It's probably a whatever value coin. Um, or maybe it's the other way around. NGC has the 1875 Greek 5 drams. VF's like 175, I think. I sell those for $75. Sounds like a great deal, but that is all it's worth. It's not worth more than that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean eBay sales, you can contact a trusted seller. If you wanted to contact a couple sellers, that would be another way. Oftentimes when I got a question, I'm like, what could this be worth? I text a couple of my friends who I trust and I say, "Hey, what do you think this is worth?" And then I get their opinion on it. I gather my own opinion and then they tell me to, something. And then make a conclusion there. Big Grin, we're doing a Q&A tonight. So if you guys got questions on coins, then we can do it. But yes, I'm also selling coins tonight, Big Grin. So if there's something you're looking for, let me know. But honestly, Big Grin, I'm running out of packages, and so I'm waiting on the shipment of packages to come in. So yeah, exactly, Trey. Yeah. I'm a trusted seller. Hopefully, that if you need a comp on a coin, hey Peter, what's this worth? Especially with U.S. coins, it's not hard. I've got a gray sheet. I can tell you exactly what it's worth. Most coins are worth gray sheet retail, in my opinion. But that's what I sell it for. A lot of people get mad for me, but for that, I sell them quick at gray sheet. But actually, and I guess I do a lot of wholesale too. But the people who I sell to wholesale, they don't buy at gray sheet. So anything above gray sheet is retail, in my opinion. CPG might as well not exist. It doesn't matter to me. But that's my personal opinion. I think CPG's high, is what I'm saying. Hansatsu, yeah, we can run some of those. Yeah. No raw ASEs tonight. Here's a Hansatsu note from Japan. 1700s samurai paper money from Japan. $25 in this one. What are some good price catalogs for coins pre 1600s? I've got 4. I don't think I have 4 different types, Sharp. But yeah, we can do a group of them if you want 4 different notes. Um, And then, okay, got it. Travis, I'm not sure for the 1600 stuff. I would just say Numista. Numista is the best resource for all time periods. Yeah, Numista. Yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, you can tell me if you like all these. We got number one, got number two, got number three, number four. That's correct, Silver Geek. Do not trust Numista's pricing. Numista doesn't get prices right, but they get information right. So if you need to know what a coin weighs, or what purity it is, or when it was minted, that's what I go to Numista for. Okay, so we got four notes. If you're buying all of them, I would do it for a little bit less. And so let's do $88 and you get four Japanese samurai paper monies. You get four notes, four of them for $88. Sharps and Lead, this is for all of them. You get four notes from Japan, the 1700s. And Sharp, you got them. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Yeah, and so when I have my coin shop, right? My coin shop is, people are probably going to bring in their US coins and they're going to say, oh, well, pay me gray sheet for it. I'm not going to pay gray sheet, but I'm going to sell it at or right above gray sheet. Like $5 or $10 above gray sheet. Okay. Because that's just what I do. Those, especially, yeah, absolutely. They're very cool. Yep. Yeah, and I'll run another one if somebody wants. I've got plenty of Hansatsu samurai paper money from Japan, $25 here. And this is why I'm saying, this stuff, it's pretty hot. Japanese is something that's increasing market value. Japanese coins and paper money, it's becoming more popular in my opinion. A lot of people are starting to realize it's out there and they think it's really cool. Even people who don't understand coins are liking them. Do you think they used ink stamps? They definitely did. Yes, these are a lot of this is stamped. This is a big stamp right over it. This is a stamp. This is a stamp. It looks like maybe that was hand done. This is a stamp here, but then also some of it was printed. So this stuff it looks printed. But yeah, that's a stamp. That's a stamp. That's a stamp. And this stuff, all of them were stamped. But yes, so intricate. Yeah, pretty cool. Yep. Samurai paper money, it's Hansatsu from Japan for $25. Japanese Hansatsu, 1700s paper money. Yeah. Yeah. Any other Q&A, guys? Questions about coins? Anything that you're wondering? Maybe about how to grade coins, how to buy coins, how to sell coins, how to collect, how to sell, whatever, I don't know. Any kind of question you got. Okay, how did I get started in collecting? Yeah, very popular question. I ended up starting watching YouTube videos when I was during COVID, right? So we got sent back from school, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm watching YouTube videos. Got to find something to do." So I got into collecting coins then, and then I went over to my college when I started college, and I noticed there was a coin store there, and so I started going to the coin store every single day. I'd spend hours there, uh, and I learned a lot talking to the guys about coins and buying a little bit, and then eventually I got a job there, and I worked there for 1.5 years before I started selling on my own. Random bags. Yeah, I've got a random bag of a world. Is the objective Bible for grading the PC? What are you asking there, Dark Matter? Oh, the objective. Got it. No, dark matter, but it's a good. They get it right. I understand what you're saying, dark matter. It's not, but it is. It's a solid way. I would recommend it, dark matter. They abide by the ANA rules, and they're trusted at grading. They know how to grade. PCGS knows how to grade. But you can teach yourself how to grade through using PCGS Photo Guide. PCGS Photo Guide and PCGS isn't that. Sometimes they grade world coins, but they don't even grade that many world coins, right? And so, but they could still figure it out because it's a process, not just U.S. coins. Yeah, well, I've done it. One day I said, you know what? I'm a coin dealer. I should study Morgans, right? So I learned the high points. There's 7 high points on a Morgan dollar. Um, and I did peace dollars too. And so I just sat down one night and I just looked at it and learned it and did it again and again and again. And I started comparing it with my own coins and I was like, okay, I get this. And so this is this grade, this is this grade. Um, and I went to the coin shop the next day and I remember telling him, I sat down, I studied peace dollars, Morgans, let's do some. And we were going through picking out AUs and mint states and we agreed on every single one. What do you think it would take to grow the world coin collector base? Crust Bucket would take somebody like me, and I'm going to do a lot of YouTube, Instagram, and I'm going to do a lot of whatnot, and I'm going to make it happen. What are your thoughts on graded hammer coins? I've been told the grades can be fairly inconsistent. Okay, Aaron. So, on hammered coins, they are different in grading because they're 500 years old, and most 500-year-old coins have spent some time in the ground. And therefore, you could just say, okay, they're all environmentally damaged, except for the one that was in a 500-year-old drawer, right? It doesn't really happen. But some coins don't get a lot of corrosion in the dirt. Or maybe they were in a certain environment, so they might straight grade it. Um, I think that it's good for numismatics, but it's also kind of marketing. But it's all marketing, and so I think it's okay. I think it's okay, even though it can be somewhat difficult to grade hammered, but it's not that much different than normal coins. The same principles of wear on a coin's surface apply. Some coins are weakly struck hammered. Well, same for milled coins. So honestly, it's similar principles. Um, yeah, I heard it's because I bought like 11 of them. I just dug this out of the corner over here. I didn't even know I had it. I dug it out yesterday. No Aussie crowns tonight. I do have New Zealand crowns though. Also, analyzing the wear can under microscope following the Sheldon grading. Yep, absolutely. Um, I used to um, I used to use my loop for everything expensive. Now as a dealer, and a lot of dealers would very much disagree with me, but I only look at the loop if I see something with the naked eye, and I guess I have good eyes too. Um, but if I see something with the naked eye that I need to see closer, I mean, I've trained my eye. I can just see the scratches and stuff, or hairlines. I don't need to look under the glass to see it in most circumstances. Now, if like a coin luster looks off and I don't see anything, then I break out the loop. But yeah, you should use your magnifying glass. So I use this one, but this is just something my mom gave me when I started collecting coins. Any 10 times jeweler loop is what you should use, dark matter. Any 10 times loop is what I would recommend. That's the standard. What's the best coin album to store your coins in? Matt, the best coin album is one that uses flips with no PVC. It doesn't matter beyond that. But what you don't want is you don't want your coin reacting with anything that it's touching. See, if you're going to keep it in there for 10 years, You don't want um, it maybe to tone. You don't want it to get wet. You don't want it to get scratched or damaged, and you want it to stay as it is, as you've got it. And so, what I use is guardhouse flips to store my coins. But second to that, that's my personal collection coins. I like to have an NGC slabs because they're airtight. That's personal. That's just my personal opinion. But um, any coin album with non PVC flips or plastic is what you want to look for. You don't want PVC in your flips. Um, Quality, if you really love doing it, I actually disagree, Kaplan. I think that um, quantity can be better than quality sometimes. Yes, it's good to have quality, but as I'm learning, um, here's a quality coin. However, oh, okay, gotcha. Well, so I'll answer this question anyway, even though it wasn't answered or asked. But here's a quality coin, right? This is obviously a nice coin. It's one of the finest known red brown examples. But this coin is a tough sell. Not a lot of people are looking for Japanese dragon coppers in this grade who are also willing to spend over $500 on it. And so, unless I had the audience, which someone will buy it, but it's just not worth it to buy something like this to make $20 or $50 or whatever. Yeah. And so low grade coins are stuff that's been circulated, that's just cool, and it's, 10, $20. That's the stuff that it's not quality, but it's cool and it's cheap and that'll sell quick and I can make a quick buck on it. And people will buy it again. They don't feel bad because it's not damaged. And it's a good coin. And not everyone has to have one of these in 6-7 like I do. But and there's two different types of collectors, but I've made my business on it where not everyone's looking for that in 6-7. They'll buy the Cirque ones too. Um, okay, and then got any good halves tonight? Like barber halves or some, Trey? I don't really have a lot of half dollars. No, like unk halves or anything. Um, I have like low grade barber halves, better date stuff that I would sell at Gray Sheet. Um, Raw Isabella from a reputable dealer. He was convinced it was a 6.5, 6.4 at least. Sent it to NGC, came back details. So, Kiosh, a reputable dealer can definitely make a mistake. Nobody gets it right 100% of the time. In fact, Kiosh, if you send that same coin to NGC, it might go 6.4. Now, it might go on details, but there's a lot of subjectivity um, in coin grading. And so, nobody gets it right 100% of the time. But um, usually PCGS and NGC get it right. Now maybe he did miss something, but maybe he didn't. That's what I'm saying. I've seen it happen before too. Do you use CoinCare MS70? I don't use MS70 on any of my coins unless I have a nickel that I want to clear the date on. Then I would use an MS70. Like if I think I have a V nickel that might be an 85, but you can't quite see the last number, then I might stick some MS70 on it. Because I paid 50 cents for the coin and it might be worth $200 if it works. Even in AG details. But MS70 I don't recommend. I recommend Easy Dip, or Easy Est Dip, Coin Dip. And I would recommend that you let someone who's done it before do it, because you can damage your coin with the coin dip. Um, and so you don't want to risk that. Not every coin's safe to dip, and I need to make a video on dipping. I'll do that when I have a coin shop. Um, but yeah, I don't recommend MS70. How do I avoid which one, Kiosh? How do you avoid what? How do you store your coins in slabs? I feel like having them in flips and binders would be easier. That's true, Travis. I like having I like it having my coins in flips, and I like having them in slabs. If you want them in slabs, you have to pay for it and send them to NGC, and it takes a long time. But now they're airtight, safe. No air gets in. It's completely sealed, and so this toning will stay in. It should stay. Actually, if there's any material on the coin that is inside already, then it could also change the coin, but it is in an airtight airtight capsule. And so I personally like having coins in that, but there's nothing wrong at all with having your coins in flips, or even just raw. There's nothing having them raw. What about copper? It's getting a little too dark. Is there a nice way that won't harm it to lighten it up? Adrian, that's something tough. It's gets into coin doctoring. And so coin doctoring is a little bit sketchy. I generally don't recommend it, Adrian. It's a way of doctoring means altering the coin without damaging it. And so um if you want to enhance the appearance without it going details, without them grading services catching it, then you might do that. I would not recommend it. And there basically it would be some weird combination of chemicals, heat, and something that would keep it off. Or that would brighten it up. I don't know it. And I know that my guy who taught me how to doctor does not do it. Um, or does not know how to do that particular thing. Um, are you going to hire a team to run your shop, or are you going to run it yourself? Well, the idea is that I'll have a shop so that I can have employees rather than have employees in my room, right? Um, but I don't know yet. I have a business partner who has his own business, but we're going to be at least doing some stuff together there. How much for which one, Robert? The Russian ruble? This is $500. This one is a 1989. It's a key date Libertad. This one is $80. Olive oil is a good way. It doesn't really brighten up. It can. Yeah, olive oil is safe. Getting a details grade versus MS, still don't know how it happened. Is it really that close between details and MS? It can be, Kiosh. What the coin services probably thought they saw is some kind of hairlines. They look at it at different lights, or using different lights, different angles. If your coin dealer wasn't using a whatever kind of light it's called, I forget what it's called, but he might not see the hairlines, and so it wouldn't be his fault. But he just might have missed them. Any number of things could have happened, Kiosh, that would have made it details. But yes, it can be a very fine line between cleaned and not cleaned. What area of the country are you in? I'm in Virginia, Crust Bucket. It'll be in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Yeah, the graded USSR. 1924 Soviet Union silver ruble MS-64 from Russia. We have this one at $500. MS-64 Soviet Union 90% silver ruble. We've got $500 on this one. Dark matter. It's Salah. It's Nauraz coins here. Yeah, he does coins. What's the bar? Yeah, we've got it's a Japanese Nibu King. Mana Nibu King Japanese gold. Samurai gold coin from the 1800s, 1832 to 1870. Actual gold weight on this coin is 96% of a gram of gold. And so that puts melt at $81. 81 is melt, and you can have it for 90. Samurai gold from Japan, it's one Nibu King from Japan. 1832 to 1870 Samurai gold. Melt is 81, you can have it for 90. Um, no COAs with these. I get them straight from Japan, so that I could write up a COA, but yeah, I mean, no, there's no COAs with them, but they're all legit. Yep, I've got plenty of them. Yes, sir. Yeah, all these coins here I just have raw, so there's no paperwork with any of this stuff. I don't have any coins from Georgia tonight, Mike. That's a cool country, though. Yeah, you don't see a lot of coins from Georgia, but when you do, it's cool. Okay, guys. We're doing Q and A tonight. So if you got any more questions, let me know. Thank you so much, United. On which side, Robert? I got a table full of coins. You talking about this one here? Right here? Yeah. This is France. You talking about this one up here? Oh no, this one. Yeah, this one. It's a Spanish Mexico 8 reals from 1778 with chop marks. 1778 silver. Got 125 on this one. Chop marked 8 reals from Spanish colonial Mexico, 1778, and it's 91.7% silver. 125 on that one. That's a good one. Early date. Most important question for today. Who's your favorite person? The answer should be me. Well, Daryl, I don't know if it comes as a surprise to you, but my favorite person is actually Daryl. Yeah, Robert. Yeah. I have cheaper 8 reals as well. I have them as low as $90, but they would be low grade. No auto coins tonight, Silver Geek, but I had an auto coin the other day. It was pretty cool. It was, I guess, a month ago, but um, I had a 1778 Brazilian with. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's cool. There you go, Daryl. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Q&A. We're not doing a huge sale tonight because I'm like running out of packages. I'm going to Florida soon, and so I can't ship 100 coins out because I wouldn't have the packages for it. So we're just doing a Q&A because I couldn't just not stream. My favorite coin type is the Globes and Pillars 8 reals, specifically the 1730 to 1740s 8 reals from Mexico. No Austria from the 1600s tonight. I sold my last Trime. I had one, but it did sell. Yeah, we sold the last one. Yep, and that's my logo. I actually own my logo coin. Is Whatnot the best place to get a hold of you, or is it YouTube? Whatnot is the best place. I'm on Whatnot, YouTube, Instagram. Peter Does Coins. Yep. But I'm always on Whatnot, YouTube. I'm still trying to get more active on. Um, Where is that 5 mark from? Which 5 mark is it? Where is it? I don't see a 5 mark. I'm sure it's there. There it is. Prussia. It's a Prussian 5 mark. I do have a Bavaria one though. Yeah, this one's Prussia. $45. 1908 Prussia. 90% silver. 5 marks from Germany. Yeah, we've got 45 on that one. But I've also got this. It's a Bavaria 5 marks from 1904. I'd sell this for $45 if you want. Bavaria. 1904 Germany. 5 marks. 90% silver. Yeah, so we got Bavaria. All right. Do you find between dealers that raw coins or gray coins are traded easier? And when buying or negotiating prices on raw, do you estimate low dollar? Well, T-Bone, the way I negotiate is I look at a coin and I say, okay, I think that'll sell quickly for me. Or that's cool. I think other people will think it's cool. And I think of what I can sell the coin for. Okay, because I'm a coin dealer, and I'm a big coin guy. I do a lot of coins, and so my opinion would be a good one. And so I can think, I would sell this for this, and I think I would get that, and I think I would get it quick. And so I don't care what their price is. I make them an offer. Maybe their price is, well, I hear their price first. If they're way off of my offer, I just say thank you, and I move on. But if we're close, I make them maybe even a little bit less than where I want to be, so we meet at where I want to be. Or maybe I make them my offer and they take it, or maybe even go up a little more. But that's how I do it. I think raw is better than graded. I don't, well, for selling on whatnot, I have a lot easier time selling raw. I think there's more people looking for raw coins than slabbed because you have to pay a premium for the slab, and people don't want to pay that premium, I think, in most cases. I want 8 reals, 1730s or 40s. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, sounds good, Trey. Here, I've got this thing. It's cool. It's a Serbia 5 dinar, 1904. 90% silver from Serbia. $100 on this one. Um, what, Jerry? Do you have one of those? Is that what you're saying? You have one of those? What are chop marks? That's a good question. Kenny, what's up? We're doing a Q&A today, so questions and answers. So here are chop marks. These Asian characters you find on coins that was circulated on the Silk Road in Asia during the 1700s into the 1800s, and actually into the 1900s too, the early 1900s. And so these chop marks would have been put there by merchants who, in some cases, by law, were required to chop mark every single coin that was transacted with. So if 308 reals came in for a transaction, the merchant would pay somebody to put every single one on the scale, and they had a marker or a weight thing that was the weight of a real 8 reals. And so they put the coin on the scale, and then they have the weight on the other side, and if it's right, then they chop mark it to show that they weighed it, and so it's legal to transact in that transaction. If they get that same, so maybe that coin gets transacted the next week, then they have to chop mark it again because it's the law in certain parts during the time, over time, and so that's why we see tons of chop marks. That's what those are. So they're pretty cool. Okay, Jerry. Well, it really depends on the condition. If I was going to assess value, but the B mint mark would be Hanover, 1817 Hanover. It could be Prussian. So it could be from the German state of Prussia, but it's definitely from Germany. And that's a decent sized silver. It's pretty cool, Jerry. Um, if it was low grade, I might sell something like that between $10 and $15. But if it's higher grade, it might be worth even more. Got any Canadian silver? I've got 50% Canada dollars. No, I have low grade, Trey, not high grade. Sure thing, Jerry. Yeah, any other questions, guys? We're taking questions tonight, Q&A. So ask me about how to grade a coin, how to buy coins, how to sell coins, how to whatever. Ask me questions, guys. Anything that you're not sure about that has to do with coins, coin selling, coin dealing, coin buying, anything. Do chop marks make coins grade lower? Traditionally, they are seen as damage, Ryler. And so you might even see a coin with a chop mark go in a holder that says VF Details, chop marked. And so if your coin has chop marks recently, people are starting to think it's cooler, and they think, okay, this was part of the coin's history, and you know, uh, I want to pay for that history, and so people will pay more for chop marks in recent years. And some people don't care, and they sell them for the same price with or without chop marks. And some people still say, I don't want that coin. It's got chop marks on it. So we've got really all three sides there. I sell coins as if they have no value to some value. I never sell them as if they have less value because of chop marks, because that wouldn't benefit me. I can find the guy who's willing to pay more for it. Um, but that's my opinion on that. Yeah, did you see that, Horace? I flashed it there for you, the Serbia. How you handle the sheer volume of your sales? Is this your only job? Do you work a 9 to 5? No, Mike. I don't work a 9 to 5. This is my only job. It's my full-time job. And yeah, Mike, I sell about 1,000 coins every week. Um, and I handle it all myself. I do all the shipping. I do everything. But I am gonna get employees soon. Would you buy foreign coin grab bags? Um, in like, are you asking me? Would I, or as a consumer, would I buy them, Trey? I would buy any coin at the right price. Um, Sell large coin collection. I'm retired. Rather sell an extensive collection one at a time. How would you recommend me to approach doing that? So you've got coins, T-Bone, and you're looking to sell them. That's what you're saying? $100 on it, Horace. 50 peso. What are they worth? Um, 50 peso. Oh, this one? This is 1 ounce. It's a Libertad silver, Justin. The 50 peso is a big gold coin. 50 peso is big gold. Okay, T-Bone. So this is what I always tell people. Um, yeah, we can do it, Horace. Um, if you've got a coin collection, there's a couple different things you can do. Um, so someone asked me a question earlier. They asked me, um, I've got coins, but I want to sell as a side hustle. And so that means that if you're gonna sell stuff and you want all the money for it and top dollar, then then you're gonna have to do the shipping. You're gonna of course you got to check on your payment there. You're gonna handle customer service. You've got to do all the work. If you take it to a coin store, then you're paying for that. And so, they're going to offer you less, but they're accounting for the work that they probably have to pay their employees to do for them, the time it takes for them to invest that money. But if you've got a really large collection, then something else that you could do is you could do a consignment deal. So certain coin shops, they offer consignment, which means that they will take your coins and they'll go through them. They'll sell your coins for you, and they'll take a percentage as payment. And they don't pay up front; they pay after it's been sold, or maybe even as it's being sold. And so you could do a consignment deal with a coin shop if you wanted to work that out as well. So yeah, you could either sell by yourself, you could do a consignment, or you could sell it outright to a coin store. Those are the three options. What's a fair percentage for what, Kiosh? For a coin to be sold at? Well, it really depends on what coin it is. Um, U.S. coins and world coins. Honestly, it depends on the market of the person you're selling it to. Because some people they offer, I mean, so you go to a bullion dealer, okay? Those are 50 francs, Robert. If you go to a bullion dealer, then they might pay higher on gold than I have to pay. um, I am not a gold dealer. I don't have anything to do with gold except flip it to my local store. And so if somebody insists they want money now, I can pay you now, but I can pay you 95% of melt for gold because it might move and then my profit's gone. But I have to tie up my money. I have to go do that work and take it to the store. I have to do that for you. So you're paying a little bit for that, but I'm going to sell it for 97% back, because they're going to sell it for whatever they're going to sell it for. And so that's, it depends on the market that you've got. Okay, what's a fair percentage for consignment? Well, it really depends, Kiosh, on how big of the collection, what the collection is, and again, the audience that person has. I've personally done consignment where I take 15% of the total profit, 15% of the profit after fees, after everything. And on $5,000, say the collection is 5 grand, then I'm making um $750. Yeah, so I'm making $750. And if I'm a brick and mortar coin shop, it might take me 2 weeks to sell that. And if I have to go through and do all the labels and I have to do all the shipping and the selling, $750 is going to be the price. Um, and honestly, I don't even do consignment. I wouldn't do it because it's risky for me, um, because I have to handle coins that aren't mine. And I don't like doing that. I like to buy things outright. Um, so here's a 2 real I've got. It's a 1761 Spanish 2 reals from Madrid. I've got this at $75. 1761 Spanish 2 reals, 90% silver. It's from Spain. So that's what we've got for 2 reals right now. Um, okay, next up. Any new vintage 8 reals other than Mexico and Potosi? No, not tonight, Colombian. Um, yes, if you don't do your homework on your coins, you're not going to get top dollar for it. Yeah, Horace, thank you very much. That one's head your way. Yeah, if you walk in the coin store and you tell them, tell me what everything's worth, then and you don't have any idea in your head what it's worth, and you're just shooting in the dark, then you didn't put the time into it. You don't know what you've got. They have to put that time into it, or you have to pay for that skill that they've acquired in learning that what those things are, and so they're gonna charge you a little bit lower, but they're doing that so that they can make more money because they have to do more work, or you're paying for their skill to use their work. It's like a mechanic or a plumber. If you don't know how to fix the drain pipe, then you're gonna pay for their expertise and the hardware and their time, and it adds up. But that's where that money goes. Here's a French 50 francs, 1975, 90% silver, $38 is fine. Robertson, 50 francs from France. I got a whole bunch of these too. I think we bought like 5 or 6 of them. Um, Thank you very much, Robert. That one says you're right. Um, Rumble, if you want to sell me something, you could send me a private message. I'd love to take a look at it. And here we've got another 50 francs, $38. 50 francs from France, 1977. 90% silver. It's from France, guys. $38 is okay on this. If you want another one, Hercules, guys, 50 francs, big silver. Okay, and then um, what's the price on the British crown? Yeah, so I got a whole bunch of British crowns. Yep. And they're $55 a piece. 55 a piece on British crowns. I don't have any 2 francs tonight. Yeah, these are all Victorian crowns. Yep. And I've got a couple of low, like AG King George III crowns somewhere. I think I know where they are. A couple of AGs. Yeah, sure thing, Colombian. Yep. Well, Firefly, 2 francs. What is it? 1911 or something? 1913? Or is it older than that? What date is it? Do you know the date, Firefly? It's in 1947. Okay, so in 1947, I'm not sure if it's silver or not. And so if it's not silver, it's going to be lower value Firefly, maybe as low as $1 or less. But if it is silver, I can't think of the type right off the top of my head. If it's silver, it might be worth a little bit more, but it's not going to be super high value. Yeah. What part of Florida? The coin show, Daryl. It's Orlando. Underrated AUBU coin that I have. Um, the most underrated one. Well, Richard, I'm gonna say that it's this. I think this is the most underrated. 1875 Japanese 2 cent and 6.5 red brown. I will, Krishna. And yeah, send me a message on Instagram so I don't forget the day of the show, one of the days of the show, and we'll actually do it. So, Richard, it's a more expensive coin. I have this at $575. It's very rare in this grade. It's an MS65 red brown. Japanese 2 cent, 575 is what we've got on it. Yeah. And so I think it's underrated because most of these are still in Japan. Yeah, most American collectors don't collect them. And there's not very many in the United States in this grade. I got you, Richard. Let me think of another AUBU coin that's underrated. Definitely this. I think that the French Polynesia, and I've got a couple of these. These are New Herobrides 100 francs from French Polynesia. And so this one, he said that I have though, Rumble. And so this one, I would sell it for $38. It's 90% silver from the New Herobrides, 100 francs. And for some reason, there's not a lot of people after these so far. But I did just lower the price as well, so maybe that was it. Looks like Ashley's in 100 francs from the New Herobrides, 90% silver. Okay, Ashley got that one. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a coin that it's a lower mintage piece, so not everybody has those, but they're not the most popular. They're not Balboas. They're not British crowns. They're 100 francs from French Polynesia. But I think they're cool. I think they're really cool. Richard's in the lead. 100 francs. New Herobrides. So it's Polynesian Islands silver from French Polynesia. And looks like Richard got it. Thank you. Cool, Jesse. Yeah. Aaron, possibly. If you wanted to inquire, what is the coin, Aaron? The best way to is would be to just send me a private message about the coin. I would get back to you on it. But a Netherlands 5 golden, yeah, I could definitely do that, Aaron. I actually maybe I had a 10 golden. Yeah, I could definitely do that though. So send me a private message. Yes, these are 90% silver. Absolutely, Michael. Yep. And here's another one. Yeah, and I'll keep my eye out. Okay, this one's cleaned. This one is cleaned. So we're gonna do it for $32. 1966 French Polynesia, New Herobrides, 100 francs. 90% silver, but that one's cleaned. We can maybe see if we get another nicer one. Um, yeah, here's another one. Yeah, it's not the nicest, but it's 100 francs. This one's got some stuff on it. I would do it for 35 bucks since it's got stuff on it. 1966 New Herobrides, but there is no damage. 100 francs, 90% silver. It's dollar size silver, Michael. Like a piece dollar size probably. Yeah. So definitely above melt on these, for sure. Numismatic coin. Um, Larger ancients. Nope, not tonight. And guys, so tonight we're doing it's the Q&A stream, so questions and answers. So if you guys have any questions about coins, about coin grading, coin buying, coin selling, coin collecting, anything to do with coins, ask me a question. I'll do my best to answer it. We've been having a lot of fun tonight. What questions you guys got? Ask me something, guys. Ask me. And here we've got this is 1989 1 ounce Libertad key date for $80. 1 ounce, 1989 Mexico Libertad silver, guys. 80 bucks on this one. 1 ounce Libertad silver. 1989. Okay, so what do I think of North Korean coins? I don't have any opinion particularly on them. I like to sell them. They're fine. I don't care. But they're also not something that I'm in love with. Here's a nice. I found another BU 100 francs, 1966, no damage, 40 bucks. New Hair Brides, 1966, guys, 40 bucks on this one. Well, I can't sell them here on Whatnot, Richard, but if I could, they would sell well, yes, because any country that's in the news tends to sell well with coins. So you see Israel in the news, Israel coins start flying off the shelf. Palestine, same one. Um, yeah, we can do that. Yep. Russia gets in the news, people start buying Russian coins. China gets in the news. So it really is like that. People hear the country and then they see the coins from that country and they say, hey, I like that. And they buy it. Um, and so, yeah. But North Korea, yeah, they do sell well, but I don't sell them on Whatnot. And for that reason, I don't really buy them a lot. But I can get them. Yeah. That's something type of coin I would sell on Instagram. Good WorldCoin price guide. To be honest, GS Stacker, there's not one. The best price guide is eBay sold comps, or a place like Peter Does Coins that moves 1,000 world coins every week. Um, and you could ask me, hey Peter, what does a Panama Balboa go for? Well, I could tell you exactly what I sell them for, every single day. Um, but if you're thinking about something obscure, auction prices, sold prices on online, that's what I would reference. Do you have any Israel coins? Not tonight, but I've got a huge hoard of Israel silver coming in soon. Um, it's definitely there, Rumble, because if you could buy them, then people wouldn't want them as much because some of those people would have them. A lot of people don't have them because they are banned on eBay and whatnot. Best mint of all time, according to you, for U.S. coins, Keelboat, or in the world. Um, Either way, actually, I'm gonna go with San Francisco. Hey Peter, do you have Polish coins? Not tonight, Adam. I had some really nice Polish, but it has sold. I was like older Russian coins. Some coins are just popular. Morgans are 8 reals. Absolutely. Do you keep stock of coins till demand may be higher, or just keep inventory moving? I always keep inventory moving. I never bet on it becoming more popular, but if something is popular, I buy a lot of it. So Panama Balboas, those are hot. I bought 400 of them in the last 3 or 4 months, probably. Probably less than that. But yeah, 400 Panama Balboas. The Real under the slab. Um, this one over here. This is a 1893 Durango, Mexico, 8 reals, $75 here. No, Jesse, that's really cool. That's really cool. Um, Carson Cities. I like Carson City, but the reason I say San Francisco is I think that they've made the best coins of all time. I think the 81 SBU Morgan is the most well-made coin ever made. With the exception of proofs, I would say the most well-made business strike coin ever made. 75 on this one, guys. 1893 Durango, 8 reals, Mexico silver. It's better mint, Durango mint, cap and raise, full Libertad. Do you see once really popular coins lose value or collectability over time? Do I see the change in the market? Is that what you're asking me, Silver Seller? Yes, I do see the change in the market. I've seen Chinese coins become less popular. Believe it or not, I've actually seen Spanish and Mexican 8 reals become less popular. If we were talking 6 months ago, every Spanish 8 real on my table would have sold for over $100, and every Mexican cap and Ray 8 real would have sold instantly at $75. Now they still sell for that, but it's a little bit slower. Yeah, there's a little bit less demand. People aren't buying them, and the market's down on them. Yeah, so and they were hot. To be fair, they were. I knew they were hot. When they were selling like that, like hotcakes. It's a little bit past the holidays, but I think it's more than just that, Robert. To be honest, that's my opinion. I think it's more than that. I think the market's just down because some other coins they're selling fine, but cap and raise 8 reals they're not, or and Spanish 8 reals. Yeah, well, and they're cool. And to be honest, the cap and raise and the whatever 8 reals, that stuff, if I was buying it as a collector, I'd be keeping it because it's cool. I don't sell that stuff, but I don't buy to sell if I'm a collector. If I'm a collector, I buy to keep stuff and I keep it. I don't sell it. And here's another thing it's very important to do. Buy within your means, guys. Don't spend your last dollar on coins because your last dollar needs to go to food or rent. It does not need to go to coins. Investing is coins, entertainment is coins. It is not the most important thing. So be smart with how you collect, be smart with how you spend your money, and keep your collection. Keep your collection. Yeah, if you need to sell your coins to make rent every month, that's not a good thing. You should buy less coins. Hey, that's fair, Robert. Um, I'll have them. I get cap and raise in all the time, so yeah, I'm always buying them. There you go, Krishna. Yes, Aaron. I think that currently they do command premium. There's a lot of people who look for soapbox holders, and I actually am able to sell them better than PCGS modern holders. If I've got a coin in an annex soapbox and a coin in a PCGS holder, the soapbox is going to sell 3 or 4 times before the PCGS. I'll be getting one. Yes, sir. Best silver shipwreck coins. El Cazador, San Jose. In my opinion, Adrian. Well, best how? Best in condition. I think that my 8 reals, was off a Dutch shipwreck which sank in the 1730s called, I don't remember. It's RJ. It's some Dutch name. I forget how you say it. But that's my favorite shipwreck because there's some really well preserved coins from that wreck, and mine is in a sea salvaged slab, but it doesn't have the ship on it. Atosha for gold, yes, absolutely Atosha for gold. That's the best shipwreck for gold. No, this is not a soapbox. This is an NGC holder. Don't have any 960 race tonight. Rumble, I haven't decided if I am. Undecided. Does anyone want the last French Polynesia? I'll just sell it for a quick loss if someone wants. It's a 90% silver French Polynesia, New Hebrides, $30. Jeff, what's up, man? Utrecht shipwreck. No, it starts with an R and has a J in it. Thank you, Adrian. That one said your way. Number 10. Top 3 destinations. Germany, Japan, and Mexico. Yeah. Germany, Japan, and Mexico. 200K mint. Yeah, I wasn't getting when I said those are low mint, Aaron. Yep. That's for sure. You discussed undervalued coins. In your opinion, what's an overvalued coin? Okay. 1904 Bavaria. You got it. $45 here. Bavaria 5 marks, 1904. 90% silver from Germany. Um, Overvalued coin. So an overvalued coin is something that's hot right now. What is hot right now? Um, Thank you, Adrian. Number 11. I don't know. Let me think. I think. No. Let me think about that for a second. What do you think of ICG nowadays and their grading? Because I think they're pretty spot on, but it doesn't seem people want to pay what they're worth. Michael, I haven't examined one of the ICG's new holder coins well enough in person to be able to make an accurate assessment. I have not formed my opinion on that yet. I have not yet, Horace. probably end up sitting in a bag. Athens owls are overvalued. I disagree, Jesse. I think owls are going up in value because there's so much demand for them. I know there's a lot of them, but there's so much demand. They're the classic. When you think of ancient coins, to someone who's not an ancient coin person, when you think of an ancient coin, you think of an Attica owl or the Ides of March with an animal on it or flower. Well, I had a really cool coin, Dark Matter. It was from Lip Detmold. It was a German state, and it was like from 1830 or something. I sold this like over a year ago, but it was so cool. It had a flower on it. Lip Detmold. Look up German state Detmold. It'll come up. So whatever, it's so obscure. But look up Detmold, German state Detmold. It'll come up. Yeah, and look up. They had some really cool coins in there. That series, all of them have flowers on it. Overvalued. I'm still thinking on that. Nice. 5 kopecks and bigger ancients are hot. If you want to go for something that's always going to have value, go for Morgans. Kaplan, I think that Morgans have gone down in value. I've noticed that the retail and the wholesale prices are almost matched. I can't sell BU Morgans for more than $45, certainly not $50 on Whatnot. And I can wholesale them for 46. Has any coin ever had a mushroom on it? Probably, yeah. Yeah, the peacock's awesome. Love the owls have one. Yep, lip depth mold. Toner Morgans. I think Toner Morgans are cool. I think they're gonna have value. Unless there's a big spike down, but there could be just as much of a spike up. That's completely true, Kaplan. Absolutely. Yep. It's expensive, Richard. I've got it at $500. Yeah, and it's a great coin. MS-64, Soviet Union, 1 ruble from Russia. Yeah. Um, what's your budget today, Richard? I might be able to find something cool for you. Yes, there is still a market for sample slabs. 20 to 30, maybe even $40 for a sample slab. And if it's a really nice coin, I mean, it depends on the coin that's in there. If there's a Morgan or something, yeah, it's going to be worth more. But if there's like a Kennedy, like a silver Kennedy, I think I've sold one of those in an old green holder sample slab for like $30, $35, something like that. No Prussian 2 marks tonight. I'm still thinking overvalued coin. It's hard to notice what's overvalued. Because you're betting on it going down, right? And so I don't know what's gonna go down. Um, I think that'll always be popular, Nemesis, because 2,300 years later, and we're still saying his name. And we're still learning about him in textbooks. So he's not gonna die. Um, just like Napoleon Bonaparte's never gonna die. Not anytime soon, at least. Um, overvalued. Um, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Ask me more questions, guys. Ask me more questions about coins. Um, I'm not sure. I guess the first thing that I can think of after that long of thinking, think long, think wrong. But I've thought now, and I think that there's a lot of junk that people can buy in coins, and so that's not really an answer. But like people buying like things for the display holder, I'd say is something that I think is overvalued. I don't think that you should pay extra for the slab holder. But if you're gonna pay for the grade, then you're paying for the holder, so that's kind of the same thing. So I don't know. But like if this was a first release Russian ruble, that kind of thing, I think maybe if you're paying a premium for that, yeah, that's overvalued. What's a good way to start collecting, and what should I collect? Travis, a good way to start collecting is collecting within your means. which means whatever you would spend on entertainment every month, spend probably less than that number on coins because you're going to spend your entertainment money on other entertainment too. Don't spend more than your entertainment value or more than your investment value if you're buying to invest. But think about what's you want to have your value in and what's going to go up and what's going to go down. What's a safe investment? Consult a coin dealer for that. But if you're collecting for investing, you could talk about that. But have you ever seen Czechoslovakia gold? Yeah. Yep. I'm still learning how to spot cleaned and counterfeit ancients. Counterfeit ancients, yeah, I'm still learning. I've got some of it down though. I've learned a couple things, but I'm still learning on that. Are there any Madagascar coins worth hunting for? Dark matter, there's not really anything worth hunting for, but there are some Madagascar coins that are worth some money, not huge money, but $40. Yeah, there's some Madagascar coins worth $40. ASEs. I don't have any ASEs tonight. No 1880 Peru pesetas tonight. Those are cool though. Modern silver coins are overpriced. You know, I don't know if I agree or disagree with that. Where is the largest hoard of 8 real cobs? I'm not sure, Austin. Anything gimmick coins. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, and see, Disney and superhero rounds, I would not say are gimmick coins. I would say like gold plated brass is, that's a gimmick coin. You know, United States first nickel and it's a buffalo nickel or something. That's overpaying, right? Um, but that stuff, people are going to be superhero collectors and people are going to be Disney collectors and they just want a safe investment and that's something cool and so they're going to invest in that whether they like silver whether they like coins, so that's still a market. Also, when is Peter Does Coins Silver Round coming out? Maybe, we'll see. Especially holders with that grade on it, yeah. um like those made by Cook Islands, and I think that stuff is marketing, but there's a lot of people in the market for it. If you were a trapper from French Illinois, what coin would you prefer for one buckskin? Um, I would want to be paid in Washington quarters if I lived in Illinois. Silver Washington quarters for a buckskin. Um, Rare is always good. Rare is usually good, Lynn. Usually when you're talking about a rare coin, it's going to go up in value in the long term, but it's in the short term it can go down. That's usually what you're talking about with things that are expensive. Um, there you go, dark matter. Cool. Not gimmick coins, but non historical. Yeah. Damn paid that Buffalo paid 2K. Um, which one said? Like a Buffalo nickel? I've started collecting, or is it a Buffalo ounce? Yeah, if you paid $2,000 for an ounce of silver with a buffalo on it, there's a problem. I've started collecting small foreign gold coins. Yeah, that's cool. What is the coin on the right of the screen that has a cross on it? That is a 1761 Spanish 2 reals, 90% silver. Um, which one is it? Said, is it an ounce or what is it? This one's $75. 2 reals from Spain, Spanish Madrid, 1761. 2 reals from Spain, 75 on that one. Oh, okay, said. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I have seen. Oh no, okay. Do you see coin collecting picking up pace with the younger audience, or do you think it'll become less popular? Well, Aaron, I think it's going to be more popular, and I'm going to make it more popular through YouTube and Instagram videos, and maybe at one point even TikTok and stuff. But yes, I think that it's going to become more popular. That's why I have a job in it. Here's 1989 1 ounce Libertad. 1989 is a key date. This is a better coin, and we're going to be the cheapest anywhere online at $80. $80 on the Libertad 1989 1 ounce silver. Looks like Diablo's in on this one. It's a 1989 Libertad, no milk spots, 1 ounce silver. I know I will, Big Orange. I